Hello everyone. So today I am on the hunt for a few small stones, but we're going to start off with this one in particular. So this is a piece out of a recent Jennie and Shane rough parcel, and it's a really nice, or just from the one shattered edge that's pretty clean, it's a really nice white multicolour Pinfire opal. But if I look real close to it, this is it, fully dry, and you can see that it's got a lot of promising colour in it. And this side's even better, but if I give it a quick dunk, you can see here that it's got plenty of reds, greens, blues, pretty much everything. So I'm hoping this will be a really nice piece. It's pretty shattered and chipped at the top, so I'm going to go ahead and just get the coarse bit to take off this last bit of crust off the top here. The bottom I will probably keep pretty flat, but I will grind that back to see what's under there. And then the shape, for now I'm not 100% on the shape that I'm going with, but we will round this off and see, just to make sure the colour, I mean it seems like the colour continues through all the way through the piece. Anywhere where you can get a small window you can see that there's a lot of colour. So I'm hoping that we get a nice gem out of this one. And if we quickly just zoom out a bit and get a bit of a weight. So we're starting off with a 7.3 carat stone, and I don't think we'll lose a lot. It all comes down to how those the chips are gonna be handled with the Dremel, because some of them are fairly deep. I mean this one here in particular, but we can tackle that when we get to it. For now, gonna coarse grid off the top and a bit of the bottom, and we'll see what this looks like. So I've hit the rough with a coarse bit, so you can see the really severe cutting marks, and the stone has that beautiful Pinfire multicolour pattern all the way through it. But Houston, we've hit a problem. So this is the front face, and I mentioned that the chips were quite aggressive, so I've almost got rid of them all except for that tiny one you can see there, and a couple around the thinner edge. But that's actually not my problem. If I flip over, have a look at this. So we've got these clear cracks, and I thought they were just going to be in the outer crust, but if we have a look on this side, and I can get it on an angle where the camera even picks it up, see all the way along there we've got this deep crack. It's like it's splitting away from the rest of the opal, and that is unfortunately really gonna hamper this stone. So there's huge potential for these big shelves to just pull away like an iceberg. And yeah, you can see here, crack all the way through, crack at the other end here all the way through. So this entire piece in the middle and this piece here on the end, I could lose, that's like 1.5 mils, 2 mils, that'll just fall straight off. So really unfortunate. I'm going to have to be careful with this, and I think I'll leave it as a rub for now. We'll be revisiting this stone. I do have some ideas for it. I'd like to make a video testing out a couple stabilising techniques that I've seen for opal, because I don't typically do that. But I'm willing to give anything a go and share my results so that other people know whether it's worth trying or not. Otherwise we're just going to have to grind this right back down, or just hope that it's not going to fall apart on me, because it's the back anyway, so we're not overly worried about it. There's that chip on the front. So I may still be able to salvage something from this. I mean, there's still a lot of thickness even after that crack, so we might be okay. I'll do a quick weighing of it, though this is definitely not a final finished stone by any means. And because it's wet, it's going to be a bit of an overestimate, isn't it? 5 carats. So, not an overly disappointing stone, but definitely one that I'm going to have to do more thinking on, just to avoid these cracks, because they are a bit of an issue at this point. But yeah, amazing colour. So I don't want to stuff this one up, but at the same time, I think when you get to this point in some of these opals, you've just got to sit back, have a bit of a think, and then reassess where you're going from there. So unfortunately, I'll leave it at that for this one. I've got, let's have a look at the table. I've got 7 other carvings that I'm working on at the moment, so hopefully one of those will pan out without these cracks. I'm not overly surprised with the cracks. If you remember what was on the top face here, there were some huge chips out of it, which makes me think there's been a bit of impact. And obviously those chips have resulted in some cracks just below that outer crust we saw in the back there, where it was all covered up. So that's how finicky opal can be. I should have noticed that there was a little bit of a hairline fracture, but I didn't notice it until I saw these ones going through here. But we'll carry on.